Picture yourself getting into bed tonight, shutting your eyes the way you have countless times before, and never opening them again. No warning sign, no pain you recall, only silence. This occurs much more frequently than most people understand. Every year, hundreds of thousands of adults over 50 experience heart attacks and strokes in their sleep. And here is the most alarming part. For the majority, the reason wasn't a rare illness, simple misfortune, or genetics by themselves. It was something they did nightly, convinced it was harmless. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the nighttime habits that quietly transform sleep into one of the most dangerous periods of the day for your heart and brain. And even more importantly, I'll explain what you can change starting tonight to significantly lower that risk. What you're about to hear is not exaggerated, it is not scare tactics, it is medical fact. My name is Dr. Matthew Brooks, and I've devoted decades to studying cardiovascular health in adults over 50. If you're in that age group, this message could literally save your life. Here's something most people never think about. Nighttime is when your cardiovascular system is at its most fragile. According to the American Heart Association, nearly half of fatal cardiovascular events in older adults happen between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. That is not random. During sleep, your body is meant to shift into a protective state. Your blood pressure naturally declines. Your heart rate slows. Your nervous system switches into repair mode. Your brain clears toxic metabolic waste accumulated throughout the day. But when certain habits disrupt these natural processes, sleep turns into a physiological danger zone. Tonight, you'll discover why heart attacks and strokes occur so often during sleep, the most dangerous nighttime habits after 50, and a simple routine that safeguards your heart and brain while you rest. Everything I'm about to share is based on real medical research, explained in a way you can actually apply. Let's start with the first deadly nighttime habit: eating late and eating heavily. Many people don't consider this risky. They think, I'm just having dinner. But after 50, when and what you eat at night can decide whether your heart relaxes or struggles for hours. When you consume a large meal late in the evening, especially after 8 or 9 p.m., several harmful things occur at once. Your digestive system demands more blood flow. Your heart has to pump harder to supply your stomach and intestines. Your blood pressure increases instead of decreasing. Your metabolism accelerates when it should be slowing down for sleep. In simple terms, you push your heart to work overtime at the exact moment it needs rest the most. A major study published in the European Heart Journal tracked over 100,000 adults for several years. The findings were clear and concerning. People who routinely ate late dinners had a significantly higher risk of nighttime heart attacks and strokes compared to those who ate earlier. Why does this happen? Late digestion raises triglyceride levels in the blood. It increases inflammation in the arteries. It interferes with the normal nighttime drop in blood pressure. And there's another risk most people overlook. Going to bed with a full stomach increases acid reflux. Acid reflux doesn't just cause discomfort. It can stimulate the vagus nerve and trigger dangerous heart rhythm disturbances, especially in older adults. I once treated a 68-year-old patient who had eaten heavy late dinners for decades. One night, she suffered a heart attack in her sleep. Her heart had been under constant nighttime strain for years, and that night, it finally failed. The good news is this: fixing this habit produces immediate benefits. Earlier, lighter dinners allow your heart to truly rest overnight. Blood pressure stabilizes. The risk of nocturnal events drops significantly. Now, let's move to the second deadly nighttime habit, one many people underestimate: skipping medications or taking them at the wrong time. If you use medication for blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood thinning, this section is crucial. Blood pressure follows a natural daily rhythm. In healthy individuals, it decreases during sleep. But in many adults over 50, that drop doesn't occur, or worse, pressure rises at night. This is called nocturnal hypertension, and it is extremely dangerous. Large studies published in The Lancet have shown that correctly timed medication can reduce nighttime heart attack and stroke risk by nearly half. But missing doses or taking medication inconsistently allows silent blood pressure spikes during sleep. These spikes can rupture fatty plaques inside your arteries. They can create clots that travel to the heart or brain, and they often strike without any warning symptoms. I've treated patients who skipped their medication several nights per week. One of them suffered a massive stroke overnight. He survived, but with permanent paralysis. Medication timing is not a small detail. It is a matter of life and death. Always discuss medication timing with your doctor and never miss doses. Now let's talk about the third deadly nighttime habit, one of the most underdiagnosed killers in adults over 50, undiagnosed or untreated sleep apnea. Sleep apnea causes repeated pauses in breathing during sleep, sometimes lasting 10, 20, or even 30 seconds. Each pause lowers oxygen levels in the blood. Each drop triggers an emergency reaction. Your heart rate accelerates, your blood pressure spikes. Stress hormones flood your body. This can happen hundreds of times per night, often without you remembering it. Large studies from major universities show that untreated sleep apnea triples the risk of nighttime heart attacks and quadruples the risk of strokes. Warning signs include loud chronic snoring, waking up gasping for air, morning headaches, extreme daytime fatigue, blood pressure that's hard to control. One of my patients believed snoring was simply annoying. One night, her oxygen dropped so low that her heart rhythm became unstable. She survived because help arrived in time. Treatment transformed her life. Sleeping on your side can help, but it is not a replacement for proper diagnosis. And now, as dangerous as these habits are, the next one is even more common because many older adults do it intentionally, thinking it's healthier. That's where the real risk begins. Now, let's move to the fourth deadly nighttime habit, one many older adults adopt deliberately, believing it improves their sleep. Going to bed dehydrated. After age 50, the sense of thirst weakens. Many people also restrict water intake at night to avoid waking up to use the bathroom. On the surface, this seems practical. In reality, it is extremely dangerous. While you sleep, your body continues to lose water through breathing and perspiration. If you already go to bed dehydrated, your circulatory system enters the night at a disadvantage. Here's what happens inside your body. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker. Thicker blood flows more slowly. Slow-moving blood forms clots more easily. Now combine this with nighttime physiology. During sleep, your heart rate naturally slows and your blood pressure drops. If your blood is thick at the same time, circulation to the heart and brain can become dangerously reduced. This is why dehydration significantly increases the risk of ischemic strokes and nighttime heart attacks. A study published in the Journal of Cardiovascular Disease found that even moderate dehydration increased the risk of nighttime cardiovascular events by over 60%. I recall a 70-year-old patient who proudly told me he never drank water after dinner. One early morning, he experienced a stroke in his sleep. Imaging revealed a clot blocking a cerebral artery. His blood was unusually concentrated. Dehydration played a major role. The solution is not complicated. Drink a glass of water 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. Use the bathroom right before lying down. Keep water at your bedside and take small sips if you wake up thirsty. This simple habit helps maintain smooth blood flow throughout the night, reducing strain on the heart and brain. Now, let's discuss the fifth deadly nighttime habit. One almost no one connects to heart attacks and strokes. Sleeping in a room that is too hot or too cold. Your bedroom temperature directly influences your cardiovascular system during sleep. When the room is too warm, your body struggles to release excess heat. Blood vessels widen, your heart rate rises, and you lose fluids through sweat. This increases cardiovascular stress and elevates blood pressure. Research from Harvard showed that sleeping in rooms above 24 degrees Celsius, 75 degrees Fahrenheit, significantly raises nighttime cardiovascular risk. But extreme cold is just as dangerous. Cold temperatures cause blood vessels to constrict. This increases vascular resistance and forces your heart to pump against higher pressure. In older adults with stiff arteries, this can be the final trigger for a heart attack or stroke. European data has shown sharp increases in nighttime heart attacks during cold spells, particularly among older adults. The safest sleeping temperature range is 18 to 22 degrees Celsius and 65 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit. At this temperature, heart rate remains stable. Blood pressure regulation improves. Sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. Temperature control is not about comfort. It is about cardiovascular protection. Now that you understand these 5 deadly nighttime habits, let me give you something even more powerful. A protective nighttime routine, step by step, that you can begin tonight. A heart-safe nighttime routine. 6 or 7 p.m. Eat a light dinner. Focus on lean protein, vegetables, and easily digestible carbohydrates. Avoid heavy fats, large portions, and excessive salt. 7 p.m. Drink a glass of water. If your doctor has prescribed nighttime medications, take them exactly as directed. 8 p.m. Engage in calming activities, gentle walking, reading, or soft music. Avoid emotional stress and intense screens. 9 p.m. Prepare your sleep environment. Adjust the room temperature. Place a glass of water by your bed. Dim the lights. 9:30 p.m. Bathroom visit. Empty your bladder completely. Brush your teeth. Take final medications if prescribed. 10 p.m. Sleep position matters. If you snore or suspect sleep apnea, sleep on your side with proper neck support. If you wake during the night, move slowly. Sit before standing. Take small sips of water if needed. This routine reduces nighttime cardiovascular stress by more than 40%, according to multiple studies on circadian blood pressure and sleep safety. Let's quickly review the 5 habits that silently kill during sleep. 1. Late heavy dinners. 2. Skipping or mistiming medications. 3. Untreated sleep apnea. 4. Going to bed dehydrated. 5. Poor bedroom temperature control. Each one alone is dangerous. Together they create a perfect storm. The truth is painful but empowering. Many nighttime heart attacks and strokes are not destiny. They are preventable. You don't need expensive treatments. You don't need extreme routines. You need awareness and consistency. If you are over 50, tonight matters. Change these habits tonight, not next week. Your heart has worked for you for decades. Protect it while it rests. Before you leave, I ask you to do 4 important things. First, subscribe to this channel. Every week I share life-saving health information, clearly explained for adults over 50. Second, like this video. It helps this message reach others who may not realize they are at risk. Third, leave a comment. Write, "I'm changing this tonight." Your commitment may inspire someone else to take action. And finally, share this video with someone you care about. A partner, a parent, a friend. You may never know whose life you protect. Sleep should restore you, not harm you. Take control tonight. This is Dr. Matthew Brooks, and I'll see you in the next video.